What's up, Money Minds, and welcome back to another video edition of Market Briefs. Today is November 5th, and here's some business and financial news you can finally use. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin lost its lawsuit with NASA over a $2.9 billion contract that went to SpaceX. While the results left Bezos a bit blue, Elon took to Twitter to react as humble and respectfully as he could, posting a meme that says, "You have been judged." Classic Elon. Next up in our financial tip of the day, I'm sure we don't have to keep reminding you this, but saving is losing. The value of the dollar has decreased by 85% since 1981. And the average savings account interest rate is only 0.06%. Bottom line here is that keeping your money in a savings account is a great way to ensure that you never make any more money. If you want to grow your wealth, you have to keep a leg up on inflation, which is exactly why our team wrote an article on this exact topic over on theminoritymindset.com. And if you'd like to read that article, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. In our November 4th market recap, stronger than expected economic data helped push the S&P 500 higher for its sixth straight day, and it also reached a new intraday high on Thursday. U.S. jobless claims totaled around 269,000 last week. That is a new pandemic-era low and much lower than the 275,000 that Wall Street estimated. The Nasdaq surged as well, reaching a brand new high of around 15,940. On the other hand, though, the Dow could not hang and ended up dropping from its all-time high that it set back on Wednesday. Next up in our first main story, the future of grocery shopping is here. But before we get into all of that, my name is Nate from Minority Mindset News, and if you like this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button below and hit that notification bell too. That way YouTube shows our videos to way more money minds around the world, and we can keep making videos just like this one. Kroger is expanding its reach to Florida, but without actually opening any new stores. Instead, Kroger is opening a series of warehouses, and these warehouses are not small either. They're going to be equivalent to the size of 8 football fields. And what's even better, they're going to be run completely by robots. These robots will be gathering products like dairy and meat and then sending them to drivers who will deliver them to you. Kroger has spent around $55 million on the project so far and has already hired around 900 employees to get the driving system set up. And if everything goes successfully in Florida, the company will expand to New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. But will it be successful? Only time will tell if this new shed idea is actually successful in Florida and then the United States. However, it has been 3 years since Kroger made a deal with British grocery chain Ocado. They built these sheds in Britain, and they plan on opening 9 more from now until 2023. Next up in our second story, U.S. gasoline prices hit their highest price per gallon since 2014, as the average price per gallon of gas now costs around $3.40. Nevada, Oregon, and Washington are seeing even higher prices at around $4 per gallon. Now, Bank of America expects that Brent crude oil, which determines gas prices, will reach around $120 per barrel by 2022. That would be a 45% increase from our current prices. Oil prices have spiked around 67% so far this year, as demand goes up, but supply is dwindling. The US even had to break into its emergency supply with all of the natural disasters that happened earlier this year in the South. That is it for our main 2 stories of the day today. So let's take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, BlockFi. BlockFi is a platform that allows you to passively buy crypto either in one-time or reoccurring payments. And BlockFi actually pays you just for keeping your crypto there. You can earn up to 8.25% APY with a BlockFi interest account. And there is no minimum required in order to earn interest. And BlockFi even has a credit card that will pay you in Bitcoin. It's like cash back, but instead, you're getting Bitcoin. And you can get a $250 bonus when you transfer $100 or more. And the more you transfer, the higher your bonus will be. So if you want to start earning on your crypto and want to learn all about BlockFi, I'll leave a link in the description below on exactly how you can find them. Big shout out to BlockFi for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the news. Lyft reported earnings on Tuesday after market close, and Uber reported earnings yesterday just after market close. Lyft surged over 13% on Wednesday due to better than expected earnings and revenue. Its revenue benefited from a 51% increase in active riders, aka riders that took more than one trip during the quarter. But despite Lyft's massive earnings beat, a lot of experts are saying that Uber is going to become the long-term winner in the ride-sharing games. Uber is expected to miss earnings, although it beat estimates on bookings and revenue, especially when looking at numbers from a year ago. Wall Street is predicting that Uber is beating Lyft on both riders and drivers. Driver shortages have become a major issue since the pandemic started, and it's plagued both companies. According to App Store statistics, Uber does a better job of promoting its services. Uber downloads surpassed pre-pandemic levels and actually surged around 14% year over year. Lyft levels dragged compared to pre-pandemic levels and actually decreased by 12%. Next up in tech, Boeing has become the latest company to get the green light to actually send some satellites up into space. The FCC is letting Boeing move forward with its plan to launch a broadband internet service from space. This would put it in direct competition with both SpaceX and Amazon. Boeing is planning on launching around 147 satellites into different tiers of orbit. Right now though, SpaceX and Amazon have much bigger plans for their satellites in space, but it looks like Boeing wants a piece of the action. Boeing has spent the last 5 years manufacturing and selling its satellites to internet companies. But since then, the market has grown. Internet providers are expected to bring in around $50 billion with their satellites through 2031. So in 10 years, are we even going to be able to see the stars anymore? Next up in our Pick Your Brain section, Ford plans to buy $5 billion of its high-cost debt in order to restructure its balance sheet. The company had a total of $8 billion in bonds taken out at the beginning of the pandemic. Next up is our Money Mind section, where we pull comments directly from you all on our YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok accounts. Today's comment is from Badness5678 on our YouTube channel, and the comment reads, "I love Minority Mindset. Best YouTube channel, hands down. This interview with Robert Kiyosaki definitely rivals, if not tops, your interview with Kevin O'Leary. Keep up the outstanding job that you're doing." It is awesome to see that you Money Minds are enjoying the guest stars that are appearing on our channel. And that's really cool because we have been grinding out a ton of interviews lately. So like always, make sure you've smashed that thumbs up button on the main channel as well, so that way you never miss a single one. And of course, if you missed Jaspreet's interview with Robert Kiyosaki over on our main YouTube channel, I'll leave a link in the description below on exactly how you can find it and watch it. Next up in our Mind Break section, most politicians spend thousands, if not millions of dollars campaigning for your vote. But not this guy. Edward Durr is a commercial truck driver who's running for Senate in New Jersey. To date, he's only spent $153 on Dunkin' Donuts and flyers. And somehow, he's actually winning. Durr is well on his way to actually beating long-serving Senate President Stephen Sweeney, who has spent thousands of dollars over the course of his political career. And let me make this clear, we are not picking sides, but we do love a good budget-friendly underdog. Money Minds, we are nearing the end of today's Market Briefs newsletter, but here's just a few more things to keep in mind. Activision Blizzard stock fell by over 14% on Wednesday and is now down by 28% this year after pushing back the release of its games Overwatch and Diablo. This was the worst day for the studio since 2008. Another thing to keep in mind is that MGM Resorts is selling its Mirage property and casino in Las Vegas after 21 years of ownership. The Mirage is one of the most famous and long-standing Vegas properties. In addition, Hanesbrands CEO just announced that around 30% of its apparel is tied up in transit somewhere. This is even higher than pre-pandemic levels, showing no sign of relief from the congested ports. And finally, Dwayne Johnson said he will no longer use real guns on set after the Alec Baldwin shooting incident. The action star will enforce this rule with any current and future studio that he works with. But that is it for today's business and financial news. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. Keep hustling, money minds, and I'll see you all in the next one.